Hi, everyone, and welcome to Chat with an Admissions Counselor. We're so glad you could join us today. And my name is Elisa Hogan, one of the assistant directors here at Stockton University. And as much as everyone else is saying we're all in this together, I want to let you know that yes, we are. As much as we would love to have you come on campus and deliver this a day in a life sessions to you personally, one-on-one, we're doing the best we can so that we can bring the institution to you in the comfort of your home. One of the good things about doing this virtually is that you can show us yourself, or we can show us ourselves to you, but you can sit comfortably in your best pajama pants too. So I'd like to introduce our co-presenters, Allison Bakley, who is Assistant Director, as well as James Rodia, who is an Assistant Director and the coordinator of our transfer students. So James, would you like to give a quick wave and hello so we know who we're talking to?
Yeah, absolutely. Good afternoon. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for taking the time out of your afternoon to meet with us. My name is James Rodia. I'm one of the Assistant Directors of Admissions and the Transfer Coordinator here at the university. So I'd like to also introduce my colleague, Allison Bakley. Transition the microphone over to you.
Awesome. Thanks so much, James. My name is Allison Bakley, like James said. All right, so I am going to go on to our accepted students page. Congratulations, you've been accepted to Stockton. All right, so what do we do next? So right now you are attending the Admitted Students Virtual Week. I also highly recommend checking out this Day in the Life video of a little bit about our students. Our president speaks on there, Dr. Harvey Kesselman, who is also a grad of Stockton. So just make sure you definitely check that out. What's next? All right, so Admitted Students Week. Look, you're checking something off your list right now. And so today we are in the admissions chat with a counselor. So those are the sessions. That's what I would recommend looking over. After you do that, the next thing to do would be to make your official enrollment deposit.
With the enrollment confirmation deposit, congratulations once again to everybody out there joining us on your admission to the university. We look forward to having you as a part of the Osprey family. With the enrollment confirmation deposit, that actually confirms your attendance to the university for the upcoming fall, okay? Within your admissions packet, you have received that enrollment confirmation deposit information, and that money actually is credited towards your tuition, okay? So that $250 deposit will be credited towards the fall 2020 admission for your enrollment, okay? So that money is just not to confirm you to the university, but it will also be credited towards your tuition bill, okay? Due to the closure of the visitation on the campus, we would recommend logging in to the portal that you had received within your admission letter to actually pay the enrollment confirmation deposit online. Okay, so Allison's nice enough here to pull up the portal, and that login information that you received there includes your university email, password, and login information in order to gain access to the Go portal. That's really the student hub of the university that you will use for the entirety of your time here and beyond even. Okay, so that would be the preferred method to submit that enrollment confirmation deposit. We are receiving mail 2 days a week at the university for the time, okay? But ideally, if you're able to submit that online, follow the 5-step directions here, logging in, selecting the Bursar tab. You will then be directed to the TouchNet payment system. Okay, so then you're able to choose the fall 2020 term, choose the appropriate deposit type, and then the method from the dropdown. Okay. To reiterate, we have extended the confirmation deposit date. It is a flexible date due to the ongoing pandemic. Okay. And we would be more than happy to assist with any type of accommodations in that regard. Okay. So feel free to reach out to admissions on our website. We have a general email, admissions with an S, stockton.edu. There's an opportunity there to reach out to us if you had any questions or concerns regarding enrollment confirmation deposit. Okay. In addition to that, that changes your status within the system, admitted student to a confirmed student. Okay. And that would then allow you to receive the invitation to the upcoming orientation, which we will talk about. Okay. Once you're committed to attending the university for the fall semester, that will enable us to formally invite you to the upcoming orientations, which will take place over the summer.
So after you pay your deposit or before, these steps are pretty interchangeable. I do just want to recognize that, you know, a lot of students do visit campus before they come, but if you are unable to visit campus, there are virtual housing options. So that would be our next step. Learn more about our campus. And that would be where you would go to see our housing options. You can see all the different housing options and who they're available to. You can also go here and see the interactive printable maps. So the interactive map really gives you an idea of campus and what it looks like. You can tell we are in a beautiful area of protected forestry in the New Jersey Pine Barrens. And just if you're looking for certain offices, my favorite office, which is where we are housed in undergraduate admissions, I'll just pull that up. It tells you exactly where they are and a little bit about it. Now, one thing I will say about campus, since we unfortunately are not allowed to walk around campus right now, if you were to walk, it's about a 20-25 minute walk from one end to another, depending on how far fast you walk. And then we do have a shuttle option as well for students. And that's in the Galloway campus. And then the Atlantic City campus, there's a shuttle back and forth. We don't want you walking to Atlantic City. You wouldn't want to do that because that would be a lot of highway. But students are able to live in Atlantic City or learn in Atlantic City. They do not need to choose one particular campus. Just think of the Atlantic City campus as another building with a highway in between.
The campus is really, really beautiful down the shore, Atlantic City. We're in the second full year of operation down there, and we've been at capacity the past 2 academic years there for the residential life. The residential life buildings are right on the beach and boardwalk at Albany Avenue. As my colleague Allison mentioned, we do have a shuttle back and forth to and from the main campus with your ID card free of charge. You're able to utilize that to save your gas and tolls. You can leave your car at one location, hop on the shuttle to head over to the other. We have also a 3-story academic building there with over 100 course offerings, majors, minors, and general education electives as well. The programs there can include, but are not limited to, business, education, criminal justice, social work. They also, the MSW is also housed there for the master's degree for the social work, the EDD in organizational leadership for the doctoral program is also housed there. And we continue to grow with the course offerings. It's absolutely beautiful. Allison's on the Atlantic City website right now, and there's a couple videos and there's an interactive map there as well. Within the academic building, Carluccio's, a well-known Italian restaurant and a pizzeria from Northfield, moved in. The pizza is excellent there for you to enjoy. And there's multiple computer labs there for the students to access and utilize. the campus is absolutely beautiful. It would be a no-brainer for me if I was attending here now to take advantage and enjoy that directly on the beach and boardwalk for the front of the building. And there's a beautiful academic quad there as well for the students to enjoy the activities when the weather's nice.
Awesome. Thank you, James. So then the next area we will talk about is financial aid. We are New Jersey State University, so anybody that's in the state does qualify for discounted tuition. And then we do also offer an out-of-state scholarship. Use the FAFSA for any financial aid. For federal financial aid, you do want to apply by June 1st, and it is your prior taxes. So if you, because of what's going on, have not been able to file your taxes this year, no problem. It's actually last year's taxes that you're going to use. So we call it prior, but it's last year's taxes for the year prior from that. If you are a New Jersey resident, you may also want to apply for HESA. And also definitely attend the sessions. Ryan and Chris are a wealth of knowledge, and they go really well together because Ryan is the bursar, so that is the person that generates the bill, and Chris is financial aid. So financial aid is the place that helps you pay the bill. So you're going to want to do that. The way you accept your financial aid offer is also to log in, pay, view your aid. All right, so next we want to talk a little bit about placement testing. If you are in need of placement testing, we will email you and tell you the next steps. For right now, because of COVID-19 and new precautions and measures, we are working with College Board, and this is nationwide, trying to duplicate their online testing. Online testing was always available. Now it is needed even more. So they're trying to vamp that up right now. So if you could just be patient with us as we wait for College Board, but we will send that placement testing out to you. Just a note here, even if you need placement testing, you do not need to take your placement test before you deposit. I've been getting a lot of questions like that. You can totally deposit before you take your placement testing test. That's totally up to you, and you can take your placement test up till your time of orientation, because that's when you're going to pick classes. And this placement test ultimately puts you in the class that you tested into. Anybody else want to add on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're a traditional transfer with over 16 college level credits, we wouldn't need your high school documentation. Contingent upon the major program and contingent upon the amount of credits, traditional transfer students with over the 16 college level credits, we wouldn't need any of the high school information there, your high school transcript or your SAT scores. There is a math readiness component for specific science and math majors, as well as specific majors within the healthcare field.
Awesome, James, thanks. All right, so now we're gonna go on to living at Stockton. We have our commuter students and our students that live on campus. If you are someone that is deciding to live on campus, you definitely wanna make sure that you check out our Live at Stockton page. So that's the next page right here. It tells you all about different housing options. We did also have a housing presentation, which can be watched actually as it was previously recorded. So definitely check that out. And then a lot of students, when they do submit their deposit, if they are going to live on campus, when they do submit their deposit to come to Stockton, to enroll at Stockton, they will also pay their housing deposit. Now the housing deposit is due June 1st. And there is a freshman application and a transfer application. So you do want to keep that in mind. And a little bit as far as housing, we do allow cars on campus. You can have a car starting your freshman year. It is no additional charge. We do also have our air conditioning in all of the dorms, which is a very big deal. Most schools do not have that. So definitely state-of-the-art dorms, even though they are the traditional, we do have those traditional dorms, they all still do have air conditioning for safety and comfort of our students. So we're seeing a similar theme here, right? If you can't find it, basically go onto your portal. If you're not sure how to do it, it's probably on your portal. But we are definitely here to help. Again, our email is admissions@stockton.edu. Previously to that, I did pull up the advising site, but we will share that information. I know some of you are asking for advisor information. We will share that with you as well. All right, so we talked a little bit about housing. Next, we're going to talk about immunization records. As far as immunization records, New Jersey state law does require these vaccines as well for students living on campus or students that do decide to not live on campus, because you will be taking courses on our campus. We take student safety very, very seriously. Of course, there are religious exemptions, but you can find all that information here. You will need to give that to us by June 1st. But we are understanding, since a lot of you, please, please, please do not go to the doctor right now with everything going on to get immunizations and your medical records. Please, please, please do not do that.
As Allison had mentioned, the immunization records requirements are listed nicely here on the health services website. There's multiple ways that you're able to provide that. Okay, there is a paper mailing, okay, that will go directly to the Wellness Center. There's a email address there as well where you're able to provide the information. There's a fax. And then when we're back on the campus, hopefully soon, you can also deliver this by hand. Okay, so there's a couple different delivery methods that you're able to provide this information. We will ideally need it prior to your registration, okay, for the full semester classes.
Thanks, James. Awesome. All right, where were we? Let's see. Okay. I'm going to actually ask James if you don't mind going over a little bit about final transcripts. But before you do, I just want to alleviate any concerns over AP courses or our freshmen sending high school transcripts. I'll go over that. And then if you want to go over the transfer transcripts, that would be great. So as far as our incoming freshmen, you will be sending us your end of the year high school transcripts. Now, we do know that those may look different for some of us than you may have anticipated due to going to an online format. We will definitely take that into consideration, but most schools can send them electronically, either through Naviance or email. So just make sure they send us your final transcripts. This is even after you are admitted, we do need those transcripts. Another area that I will cover here as far as our incoming freshmen, if you attended a university while you were a high school student, taking like 1 or 2 classes through a different type of program, maybe at a community college or something like that, you still should apply as a freshman. You still should be considered a freshman until you come on campus. But we do need those records from those colleges as well. A lot of times they are available electronically as well. Most of them should be available electronically. Another area I do want to talk about before I give this over to James is our AP credits. Now we will be updating information as we get it, I guess, for a lack of a better term. I do know there were some changes in policy, which I do believe affect AP testing. We still have our AP scores up and available, and we will be keeping you in the loop for once we have any updates with AP exams or anything like that and how we will go forward. But basically, as far as the AP exams, I just put in advanced placement. If I took environmental science and I either received a 3, a 4, or a 5, it would count as 4 credits. Now, most Stockton classes are 4 credits rather than the 3 credit system. So it would count as 4 credits. And it counts as my intro to environmental studies. So that's how it transfers. This is very cut and dry. We try to keep no guessing here. This is all the information that you would need for this. All right, James, I will hand it over to you and I'll go back to the general web page.
Obviously, if you're graduating with your associate's degree from your local community college, or if you're enrolled at a 4-year university for the spring semester, you will also need your final official transcript at the conclusion of the posting of your grades for the spring. Okay, so that'll work in a couple different ways. If you earn your associate's degree at the conclusion of the spring or at the conclusion of the summer, that'll update the transfer credit evaluation, along with if you're enrolled for the spring semester to earn your associate's degree. Right now, your transfer credit evaluation is reflective up until and including when you applied with your official transcript. Okay, so now the grades currently in progress for the spring, we will need to update those. Okay, so the quickest and most efficient way at this time is the electronic official transcripts. If your current institution, college or university, processes official electronic transcripts, that would be the quickest and most efficient way at this time. Okay, so that'll be one at the conclusion of the spring or one at the conclusion of the summer, okay, if you're enrolled in anything over the summer. And then also, if you're earning your associate's degree, you can actually request that transcript and you can check a box normally, hold until posting of my associate's degree. Okay, so then that will incorporate the grades for the spring as well as anything over the summer if enrolled. Okay, so that's the updates on the final official transcripts for the transfer students currently attending a community college or university. We do have a great program, DegreeWorks. We're actually the only school in the state and one of the only in the country with this model where anybody's able to access it. Okay, but now that you're an admitted student, you actually have a login already. You're able to use that login in order to save your information within your DegreeWorks. This evaluates not only transfer credits from college or university, but it will also evaluate any dual credits. Okay, so if you're an incoming freshman student with college level credit prior to high school graduation, it will also evaluate those as well. So it's really, really great. It leaves no stone unturned.
James, just a couple other things I want to touch on for orientation. As far as freshman orientation, right now we do have that scheduled for early July. Those dates are the 6th through the 9th, and then the 13th through the 15th. We do realize with the changing climate, we're not sure where we will be. During that time, we really hope to host you on campus, but of course, we'll not do anything like that if it is not deemed safe for us to do so. So the question about orientation being virtual, we may want to do that. I guess you enjoy this webinar so much that you want us to have a virtual orientation for that, and we will consider that when it comes down to that time. Ahead of time, we will consider that, and that is something that is on the table, but we're planning for both right now. So we're hoping for the best, but preparing for the not so best situation. As far as being able to sign up for an orientation date, and that usually comes in the early parts of summer. You will receive that, and it's only to confirm students. So you do need to deposit in order to receive a orientation date, because that is for only confirmed students. Sometimes, we forget which steps go where, but that's why it is the last step. Anybody else want to add anything? I know Dr. Heinrich has been able to log on out of his busy day to come on. Do you want to say anything to our prospective students?
Sure. Thank you, Allison. Hi, everybody. My name is Bob Heinrich, and I am, as Allison mentioned, the Chief Enrollment Management Officer here at Stockton. I happen to also be a 3-time alum, and I have a daughter who's a freshman at Stockton this semester. So I just wanted to personally say, thank you for joining our admitted student virtual events this week, and certainly this session this afternoon. I am really excited to have the opportunity to welcome you as a fellow Osprey this fall. Our entire team is here to support you. So I really just want to stress that something that's so important to me is to not leave, here with any unanswered questions. So, our team wants to speak with you. We want to assist you wherever you currently are, in your decision process. We recognize that this is an extremely stressful time for your families, for you personally, and certainly, you've all been through a lot. I want you to know we're in this together. The Stockton team is here to support you and assist you with whatever you might need. So thank you again. It was great to meet you all, and I really look forward to meeting you in person this fall.